Hello everyone, good day. Welcome to the iPro MX5. Today we're going to give you another demonstration of a separate setup. I'm sure you're going to see various videos of different setups. This can be used 100 different ways. But there are some premium setups that a lot of people are making quite a bit of money with. And I've shown that in a couple of my videos, especially the one that I said, please look at these 4 setups. They have to be very productive. The 9 number, the 10 number, the 13 number, and the 7 number setups, as well as the cover-up setup. But in this video, I'm going to show you a special setup with just 2 numbers and covering them both on each side. And it really is, quite profitable if you know what you're doing and you just follow it as it's supposed to be. Just set it up the right way and you should be all right. Make your 20 bucks and get out. Take a break, come back, reset it. Just remember one thing. Whenever you reset the app, okay, so after you make a profit, if you didn't make the 20 units or more, you'll get new numbers. But when you reset the app, okay, which I'm going to show you right now, okay, like in so. When you reset the app, let's just say you had some numbers in here, whatever this is. This is just a default setup and the numbers came out. Just remember when you do, you have a number to come in, let's say it was 30, you missed, and then you finally hit 21 and you get new numbers. You play. Once you've made your profit and you're going to get out, when you reset the app, make sure at the top of your computer, you just go and you refresh the screen as well. Not to say anything is wrong, but just when you reset the app and you refresh the screen, we know the app is 100% reset from all previous entries. Okay? And by refreshing the screen, what also happens is all the algorithms that are in there, believe me, it stays in something called a brain file. Okay, and we want to clear out those numbers and keep the brain file to what it was. Okay, and it updates, pretty frequently. So without further ado, let's jump right in. We're going to do a setup in this demonstration. I'll show you what the setup is going to be and we'll go. So let's go. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. The first thing is we're going to set this thing up. Okay, so this is set up at default for this specific demonstration. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2 losses in a row and we're going to add 1. Okay, 2 losses in a row, we're going to add 1. This way, if you happen to have a little bit of a drawdown, you're not getting hammered too much, but you'll come out of it. Okay, and we're going to use 2 numbers. Yep, just 2 numbers. And what we're going to do is wherever that number lands, you're going to go to the left of it and to the right of it. So I'm just using an example here. I'm just going to put in some crazy numbers and see what comes up so you can understand. So let's say it's 16 and 33. It's telling you to spend 1 unit. We know that. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to play 16, 17, 18, well, on your wheel. And to the right of it and to the left of it. So in this case, 33 will be 33, 32, 31. To the right of it and to the left of it. Now, if your number had to happen to have been, let's see what comes out here. Let's see if we get one on the outside. It doesn't. Okay, just gonna looking for numbers here. Let's say you had a number, okay, in this case it's 2. So 2, 3, 1, 6, 5, 4. And what's to the left of 2? It's not just the 0, because that's gonna always be put. You're always gonna include a 0. It's gonna be 36, 35, 34. Now let's assume that your number was, for instance, here in one of these sequences. I'm trying to find it, where it can happen. Whatever it is. If you get a number that's, again, you had the 1 here, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, and of course 36, 35, 34, because that's to the left of 1, because you're always going to put a 0. Let's say your number was 35, okay, it would be the same thing. It would be 35, 36, 34. To the left of that, which is 31, 32, 33, and to the right of this would be 1, 2, 3, plus you're going to add the 0. So, I'm going to refresh my screen, which I did. Okay, so let's go to a wheel. First thing we got to do is we got to get some numbers, right? So we're going to spin. I'm going to get some numbers. I'm going to plug it in, and we're going to go from there. Okay, and the first number obviously is 31, and we're going to continue plugging them in. Okay, so we've free spun, 1 on red, 1 on black for a few minutes. And we've got 31 in there. We'll put in 33, 29, 20, and 10. And of course, we still don't have the proper predictions yet, so we are going to put in 33. Here we go. Well, Still one more, I guess. Okay, so it's going to be 4. Put that 4 in. Okay, so here we go. So our numbers are always going to be 0 is going to be covered. 15, 14, 13. To the right of that and to the left of that, as well as 33, 32, and 31. Now remember, our setup, we've decided on 2 losses in a row. Not just 2 losses, but 2 in a row. We're going to add 1, not multiply, because we want to be conservative with this, right? So let's look at this bankroll. It's 1,000 units, okay? And let's put the time in, okay? So we're going to say, okay, the time is now 9:43, and we have 1,000, okay? Now, I am going to use $1 bets just to show you, okay? And my numbers are 15 and 32. The first thing I'm going to do is 15 and 32. So now what my place is. Obviously, I'm going to put the 0, okay? So I'm going to cover this. And not every single time you're going to have a hit, okay? But many times you will. And it doesn't have to be on that same exact number. As long as it hits, you're going to hit over here. You're going to put it in, whatever number it is, if you did hit. And then you're going to get new numbers, and you go from there. Here we go. Well, that was easy. Right on the dime. So now I'm going to get new numbers. I'm 17 ahead. It says 8 and 30. So we're going to go 8 and 30, right? Okay, so you had a miss. So you're going to put in 13 here. And notice something. It says only with 2 losses in a row, you will see this thing jump here. For current bet, it's not going to say 1, it's going to say 2. So we're obviously just going to rebet. Don't worry about making a profit, because you will. Okay? You will. And when you do, like I said, take a break. You know, and come back in, and you'll reset and refresh and come back in. Okay, 8 and 30, 2 units. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, hit. You're at 1,013, not a problem. You just want to get to 1,020. 18 and 29. 18 and 29. Hit. You're at $30 ahead. 33. Get new numbers. Obviously, you're $20 ahead. You're more than 20, so you should just reset. Okay, so I'm just going to reset. I'm going to put in some new numbers. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put in, actually I can go backwards and see what happens here. 33, 32, 3, 13, 15, 4, and 33 again. And what does it say? It says 11 and 30. Okay, here we go. So 11 and 30. And of course, I made my $30 profit in like 3 minutes, so not worrying. Hit. I'm $47 ahead in a very short period of time. Okay? Now I'm going to get new numbers saying 18 and 29. Okay. Okay, had a miss. Gonna put the 1 in. And I don't have to increase anything yet. Hit. I'm at 1045. Okay, a little bit behind the 8 ball. Not a problem. Let me get new numbers. 1 and 20. So here's what I'm talking about. So 1, and to the right of that is 654. To the left of it, well, you're always going to put 0. Is going to be this. Right? 21 to the right of that is going to be this. And to the left is going to be this. Let's go. Well, look at that. I'm 1062. So if you want to do the math, the time right now, I can tell you right now, is 10:47. So in 4 minutes, I've already made $50. What do you think I'm going to do in an hour? Okay. So just do the math. Here we go. I am going to do a full reset because I already made another $20. Okay, so I'm going to put in here 1, 28, 1, 10, 33, 32, 3. Where are we at? Okay, so it says 2 and 21. So 2 and 21. Now there's many different setups. You don't have to use this. And since 2 is here, to the right, to the left of that has to be here. Okay, you don't have to use this setup. Hit 1079. Okay. Number 4. Here we go. Get a new set of numbers. Call it a new set of downs. 16 and 24 for those who like football. Okay. We just got a new set of downs. Okay, and of course, got to put it in here. 31, we had a miss. No problem. We're obviously hitting more than we're missing, so we're not worried. Hit 1083. Okay. So I don't think we have that 20 unit profit yet, or maybe we did. 3 and 35. This is an example for you. Here we go. So to the left of this is this, and of course you got to cover the 0, and then obviously the 1, 2, 3. But the other number was 3, if you noticed. So to the right of that is this, but to the left is this. So you already got these things covered. Okay. So 13, had a miss. Repeat. And we had a hit. We're at 1093. Okay. Obviously we made another 20. So I'm going to do a full reset. Okay. I'm going to put in the numbers 4, 13, 17, 31, 4 again, 1, 28, and what does it come up with? 17 and 34. Okay, I can deal with that. So to the left of this, and to the right of the 34. And 17, we're going to clock it in here, and to the left. Okay, I'd love to get this thing over $100. Should be no problem. Okay, should be no problem. Okay, bet again. Well, we're back to 9. That's weird. Okay, so we're at 991. Still, it's considered a hit, even if it was a 0, right? It was considered a hit. So 6 and 34 now. 6 and 34. All right, not a problem. Go here. 6 is here. Obviously, left is already covered, so we just have to go right. Okay, 15. All right, here we go. $95. Okay, so we're gaining. You know, sometimes this happens. No crisis. 2 and 21. Okay. And we've got it covered to the right of that, right? Boom. 112. Call it. What time is it? Okay. So under 10 minutes, we've made a profit of $112 in under 10 minutes. For those of you who have a little bit of guts, I'm not saying I want you guys to have the guts to do this, but I'm just showing you something. There's some people out there who are not going to play with $1. They may play with $2 or $3 units. Well, if you were playing with $2 units, I could tell you what this is. This would have been a $224 profit in 10 minutes. So when you consider yourself, you know, to a point where you're at $224 in 10 minutes, you know, or less, because this really isn't 10 minutes, it's 8 minutes. You know, if it was $3, well, it would have been a little bit more, right? It's all going to be coming down to what you set this thing to, okay? And I'll show you the different parameters here, how you can actually set that if you're going to change it to 2 or 3 units. Okay, so if you want to change this to 2 or 3 units, what you can do is just, you know, say, okay, I want to have 3 units here, you know, and you want to take this and say, okay, if I have maybe 2 losses in a row, I may want to make this, you know, I want to increase it by 3 units, okay? Or I want to multiply it, for instance, by 2, okay? Or again, you can add to whatever you want. You know, you can add 1 unit. If you're going to increase this thing more to, like, say, a starting bet of 4 units, I will definitely say that in this case, change it to 1 loss, okay, and add maybe 2, you know, or add 1. It depends. This is going to be critical for you to set up. I mean, the way we showed you in the video, where we set it up at 2 losses in a row, increased by 1, was sufficient. Or increased by 2 would be sufficient, okay? And a starting bet is 1 and numbers is 2. Now, if you added more numbers, you would basically doing this, okay? This is the whole thing. You'd be betting too many more numbers, and you don't want to do that, okay? Unless you play the entire street. See, you would have 3 numbers. So if you added, let's say, you wanted 7 numbers, okay? Look at what's going on. You'd be basically betting 1, 2, 3 plus a 0, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 numbers. Yeah, chances are you can hit. But if you're going to be betting 19 numbers, then you cannot do this like with 2 units. I mean, with 2 losses. You'll say, okay, with 1 loss, okay, then you say, okay, I'm going to add 2 or add 3. It's all up to you, okay? You know how to set this up. We showed it to you. You know, you're going to go 2 losses in a row, add 1, and just use 2 numbers or 3 numbers. It's up to you, but I would think 2 is a very good way for the strategy that we were using, going left and right. Okay, once you go beyond this, okay, once you go beyond this, as you say, 2 numbers. Now, if a 0 came up like this is, it'll be right like this. 3, 2, 1, that's to the right of the 0. And 36, 35, 34 to the left of the 0. And of course, 32 is covered here and also here, right? But if you have 3 units, you can't do it like that. Okay, you're going to be betting too much. So with 3 units, I guess, I mean, or 3 numbers, I should say. See, this is all in the same group. But if it was 3 numbers, I would just, just play this and just play this. That's all. Okay? So you know what to do, and that's all. When you're done, you make your profit, hit reset app, and make sure to refresh at the top. Thanks for taking the time to watch this description and this short tutorial on the iPro MX5.